What's up, everyone? I'm Dimebot. Welcome to Flight Sim World Tour 2023. Now, this will be a little different than last year. Last year, we kind of checked out countries, cities. This year, we're going to very, very specific places, starting with the Chesapeake Bay Bridge here. Now, you can choose to take off from Stevensville, or I'm going to take off from Naples over here, and the de Havilland DH-6300 float, because I like float planes and I like using them whenever I have an opportunity. However, plenty of other places to take off. And we're going to be checking out this bridge. Now, this is not to be confused with the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, which is going to be further to the south. This is actually the dual span bridge in Maryland, crossing the Chesapeake Bay. You can see right down there where we're going to be taking off from. Go ahead and run the throttles forward, and let's get going here. It'll be a little bit of a bumpy ride. It is a float plane after all. Now, as I said, you can approach this from other directions. Regardless of the direction you come at it from, the bridge is going to be super easy to notice. It is a gigantic structure. 4.3 miles, that's 6.9 kilometers for the rest of the world. It was once the world's largest continuous overwater steel structure. It has a parallel span. This thing is also called the Bay Bridge, and it's officially named the Governor William Preston Lane Memorial Bridge, after the governor who got its construction kickstarted. First proposed in 1938 by the Maryland General Assembly, and then World War II happened, delaying the construction. Ground was actually broken in January 1949, and then 3.5 years of construction, and this thing opened in 1952. Now, the parallel span was added. It began construction in 1969, completed in 1973 in June because of increased traffic. Now, what's interesting about this bridge, well, there's a couple things. We're actually over one right now, so let's take a real quick look at that. You'll see this curve here. This curve in the span is because the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers mandates that a bridge has to cross a shipping lane at a 90-degree angle. So in order to do that, well, they had to put this curve in. Other interesting features of the bridge is that it does have a lane control system, so that in times of heavy traffic, the traffic patterns on the 5 lanes can be adjusted. There are overhead signals for the eastbound and westbound spans, respectively. Now, the bridge has also been closed a few times, mostly due to weather. That would be Hurricane Isabel, Hurricane Sandy, and several nor'easters. When the wind gets high enough, they close the bridge, and you can see why, as it is here over the water. So the two spans are pretty similar in height. You're looking at 354 feet on the older and 379 on the newer. I can spin the camera around here outside the plane and give you guys kind of a look at that. You can see in there. Just absolutely huge structure. And to think that this thing has been operating since 1952. You can see the other airport there. Fantastic place to land if you just want to take a quick hop across the water and practice your VFRs. The longest span on this bridge is 1,600 feet, 488 meters. And as you can see, a lot of water out here that shipping needs to get through. Just a really, really impressive structure. And one that you can actually drive across fairly easily if you live here in the States. Let's take one more pass at the bridge here. Just the time of day for you guys a little bit. We are flying not on real time. There we go. And if you're really daring, come out here in a stunt plane and take a shot underneath the bridge. Yeah, guys, that is our first episode of the World Tour. We are going to be hopping all over the place. We're going to be doing a lot of bridges and other things, other interesting, unique structures. So if you have some suggestions, put them in the comments below. Love to see them. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you're here to the end, watch time is key on YouTube, so subscribe. It helps me out. My name is Dimebot, and I'll see you guys next time.